Hello, my beautiful souls. Here is our week of November 27th reading. This is the twin flame energy. The top line will be the masculine, the bottom line will be a feminine. Now remember, gender will adjust. Not every male is in the masculine and not every female is in the feminine. This is just to give us a little bit of insight as far as what could be going on the other side, depending on what's going on our side. And I do see that in the masculine, we do have a juggling act. It feels that some of the masculine energy is trying to juggle between career and social life, or career and family life. They're having a really hard time to juggle this. Career is very, very important for them. And I do see that right now they're being very stressed, very challenged, and also just trying to keep their own balance. They're really struggling. This could also be some that are unemployed and they're looking for a job and they're really having a hard time focusing and getting down to the nitty gritty, tired of filling out those applications online, tired of traveling around. They're really just kind of fed up and stressed out. But this is progress on their part. I do see that because we're followed by the Two of Hearts. Now, the Two of Hearts is where they're ready to make a commitment. This commitment can be in the job, of course, but because this is the twin flame energy, we're looking at some of the masculines coming around, getting through that juggling act, trying to balance out their life, but at the same time, like, they're making space. And as they're making this space, they're learning how to manage their stress. And as they're learning to manage their stress, they're coming more into wanting a commitment. It's like their soul is longing to have that commitment. So for those of you that have been in separation, I do see a longing out there for one of you just really wanting to make that commitment. There's a lot of contemplating, a lot of thinking. Again, it's like a balancing act where they're trying to juggle career and have a relationship. In career or looking for a job is really stressing them out. So when I seen those three cards, I just had to pull another card from my Ascended Masters. And the card that I did pull was Saint Germain. And with Saint Germain, we're reminded to work our magic. Now, whether you are the male or the female in this dynamic, you have a healing power. You have a power to see things, believe things, and manifest things. So now, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, you know that your counterpart is having a hard time. Their stress levels are high. They're trying to balance things. This could call into, isolation, mood swings, depression. They get down on themselves, being too hard on themselves, making themselves not feel worthy. They want a commitment. They want a relationship, but they just don't feel that they can give that other person what they truly desire and long for because they're having this hard time balancing and the stress is there, but they do so want that commitment and they are contemplating and thinking a lot. I do want all of you to just say prayers and send that love and that support out to your counterpart because the masculine energy right now is having a really hard time with the focus, with the stress, with managing, life, career, relationship. I do feel that some are going to be isolating themselves. So if you're reaching out to your twin and there is no reply, just give them the space and continue to send them that love and that support and just manifest things of peace towards them. Work your magic. But I do see that as we progress on in the masculine energy, that they are looking for that commitment. So some of you will be in union. You will be asked into a committed relationship. They will make that step and leave the relationships that they're in because they're too stressed out, and they want that togetherness with their twin. Again, they're being led by the Spirit. So timing isn't always our timing. So just give them their space. But I do see stability coming their way. I do see a complete change from going from the stress and the balancing. I do feel that they do balance out. Some of them will be balancing out. Some of them will be wanting commitment. Some of them may even give proposals or receive proposals. But I do see this as being a major change. I do feel that the sleeping twin in the masculine energy is kind of coming to a realization. They're kind of awakening up. They're seeing that they can't balance their career, their life, and relationship. So I feel like they're coming to this awakening that, well, what about if we live together? What about if we get married? What about if we plan a life together? So I see that type of a commitment. That way, there's no having to balance. There's no stress. There's no issues. You guys will be together. You'll be committed. You'll be living together. You'll be married. I see this is a lot going on inside of their heads, and it's in a lot of their energy. But yes, definitely there is a lot of stress out there for the masculine, and this is just to keep the balance between the career, their life, and relationship. Are they trying to find a job or being too stressed out or overworked on the job? Especially as the holiday seasons are here, you know, there's a lot more work, a lot more things going on in all areas. I mean, some, you know, of course, some work does slow down, but there is a lot of stress. There is a lot of time when, you know, we're lonely and we're missing that closeness in the relationships during the different seasons. Now, on to the feminine. Now, so for the feminine, I do see that you have given the masculine their space. You have sent them your love, your support. You have sent them messages. They do know that you're there, and they do know you're there, okay? But because of the balancing act that they're having to do, they're really feeling that they want to communicate with you, but they're so stressed out and they're so down on themselves that they don't even want to involve you in this. It's like when you're depressed and you want to cut out the world, you isolate yourself. And I'm not going to say that they're depressed, but it's almost the same scenario. But I do see that a lot of the feminine have really been guided to reach out to the masculine and give them that love, that support. And they've been guided by the Spirit, and it's all being done in love. And remember, it's all unconditional love. So when you do message them or give them that call and leave that voicemail and you have no reply, remember, you have no expectations, because it's those of you that have had the expectations that now are really overthinking things. You're laying in bed at night and you're just thinking. You're having nightmares and you're already picturing your twin in a relationship and getting stable, getting married, and you've already drawn out all these scenarios in your head because of the expectations, because when you've messaged them, they haven't replied. But, you know, just send those messages freely. Send them with love and no expectations, because the expectations will... when you send something without expectations, you won't be disappointed. But I do see that we do have, there will be some communication for those of you that have had no communication. There will be communication, and some of you will be meeting with your counterpart. You will be coming together. You will have a temporary time. And I say temporary because you're going to come together. You're going to celebrate. Maybe you're going to have lunch, dinner, or a movie. And then again, I feel the masculine is going to go back into hibernation, because again, there's so much stress with going on inside of them right now in their energy, because they are awakening, ladies, okay, and men, gentlemen. The masculine energy is awakening, and this is Like, it's stressful because they want, but then, their ego is saying, no, I got to do this, I got to do that. So just remember to give them their space. And even if you do have that coming together and then they isolate themselves again, just keep sending them your love and your support. Work your magic with Saint Germain. And I do feel that as the masculine energy becomes more stable, and as this awakening is kind of stirring things up in them, and they're wanting and longing to have that love, they feel that connection with you. They've had those dreams, and they're wanting to make that commitment. Now, right now, they just need to get over feeling like they're not worthy of your love because they're having that hard time balancing. So when you do have that time when you come together with them, or whatever communication you do have, appreciate it. Let them know that you appreciate them. Let them know that you're there for them, that you're a support, and just pour out your love. Pour out your love to them. Enjoy the moment. Have no expectations. The masculine is really going through a hard time as far as stress right now, and I believe all of us are with the holidays approaching. We want to buy things and give things and do things, and sometimes we can't. And right here, some of the masculine may not have a job, and they're stressed out and down and beating themselves up because they don't have that balance in their life. And I see the feminine is overthinking things, and because she has this expectation that if I send a message, this person will reply. And if that person doesn't reply, then they are building up scenarios in their head as to them doing other things and wanting other things and not caring and not loving. And so masculine and feminine, you're both traveling in one direction. And I see you both coming in to an area where there is that stability and there is that contentment. And it's just amazing me the past few weeks how the readings with the masculine and the feminine, they're kind of syncing. And I did pull a card here from the Whispers of Love, and it's turn on your heart light. Allow yourself in this moment to reflect on a time when you experience love. And that right there, we're saying, enjoy the moment. Masculine, feminine, male, female, whoever it resonates with. The time that you have together, enjoy it. It's precious. Live in that moment and have no expectations for tomorrow. Go with the flow. Just like when the tide comes in and it goes back out, it'll come back in again and it'll go back out again. So we're needing to give time and space and know that the masculine is really making that space for the feminine. And the feminine is just kind of overthinking a lot of things. But I see a lot of the feminine are operating more in the spirit now and operating more in giving and not having the expectation of receiving, but they're giving more. And I see that as well in the masculine, that as they're more of the sleepers are wakening up in both the feminine and the masculine. The more that are sleeping are waking up and they're realizing what it is they want. And I see a lot of dreams. And just know that you got to send that positivity out there and just be positive. Be positive. Have your daydreams so that you could begin to manifest and just work your magic with your heart chakra. Just send that love and that support and that nurturing that you can from a distance. Because remember, there is no time and space. Everything travels because everything is energy. So, my dears, I thank you for all your likes, comments, and subscriptions. And you all have a blessed, blessed week. Namaste.